But speak. Good boy. Come on, man. We cheated. Alright, good evening. This is my little over a year of review of my soldering station, Metcal Gt120. Been pretty good little unit. Only thing I don't like about it is probably three different things. This was one of them. The that little ferrule right there that holds the tip and everything. When you tighten this down with the tip and everything in there, it would pull it off. It would pull the tip out of it. So the way this works, you got elements that go in it, and these elements, most Metcals that I've seen, say if you want 500 degrees, which I think it's 600 to 800 degrees, I think you have to buy different elements. So 600, this would be a 600 or a 700 or an 800 element. Is my experience with this. Is my very first one of these Metcal of anything, any of their products. Well, the this goes on, your tip goes up in there like that, and then this goes on here and it screws down. Well, by the time it got hot and you tighten this a little bit more, because it shrinks and lengthens and everything, it would pull out of there. So my very first one, I told my representative about it, and he got me another and got it TIG welded here. 3 little spots, but this is not the one. He got it TIG welded in 3 little spots, but it came back loose after a while. I took this to a friend of mine. He TIGged this here, just hit it, and it's been working great. Now that that's TIGged. So the next thing is that is fixed, and the next thing was the back kept falling out. So this whole unit, nothing's wrong with the unit other than this wand, pretty much. The wand, I wished instead of having a plug like that, I wished it had a mic jack plug for like a CB radio. Let me see if I have one somewhere. This is a miniature one, but this is only 4 plugs. If it had something like this that plugged in and then you tightened it up, and see, it ain't no loose motion in there like this is, I'm scared that's going to break off up inside the unit, and I don't want that to happen. And it, you know, you out here working and it moves around. So, but that's my second concern. My other one is, evidently I done lost support with this unit my representative has quit, put on leave, something, I don't know. I didn't get into it. I just know he said it didn't work for them anymore. So, and these tips, I do not know where, I know they're in Germany, but these tips are the best tips I've ever seen. This one's this over a year old, and I've used this one. I've used this one. It's a little bit narrower tip. You can't tell it, but well, no, that's the two. Both of them's about the same size. Both of them are all the same, but one of these is a little bigger, this one. But I've used these tips the whole time. I've had 3 different wands. So 1, 2, and 3. And every one of the wands, the same thing happened to every one of them. Besides the back part. I got my friend to TIG this. He TIG'd this one. And he don't really know what kind of metal that is. He was thinking it was stainless steel, but it didn't act like stainless steel. He TIG'd this one. And all 3 of them had the same problem. Besides this one, never did come loose here in the back. It's the one I'm using now. And this is the second one. This one came loose, and I had to put a little glue around it. And then this one, it looks a little rough. This one just would not hold. I tried about 4 or 5 different kinds of glues, but yeah, it's pretty much the only problem I had with it. Besides one little issue with I know this thing's set up ground fault, and it's got a safety in it. By the way, this is what a new one looks like. That's a new tip, and that's a used one, but just as soon as I turn this on and wipe it down, it'll come clean. It's just got some scale on it where I've had it setting up in the stand. I guess there's a couple more issues with it. The elements come out of here, and I got some different elements. The elements, I know this is a new unit. Ain't much water in that, but it still works great. I wouldn't take nothing for it. Works great. It heats up very fast, but it heats up a lot faster with the other elements. The other elements go right down inside of it, and work a little better for us getting hot quicker. These will hold more heat in this tip. Let's see if I can make you understand this. This is like a iron, and it holds heat in it. But the only thing is, this is away from it a little bit. It sits in there like that, and it's, you know, It's not a connection like the other ones are, but these hold heat. You go with a little bit bigger tip, and it works great with these. You'll get used to that bigger tip, but if you use a bigger tip, no problems. On the thicker, the better sometimes. This thing of the workhorse. But the elements, I went through right many elements. I think about 7 elements of this type, but 7 of them, and the other type that slips down in there. I don't have one of them. I threw them away because they was, well, no, what I did, I sent them back to the factory. So yeah, they're not here. You screw this in, and the other tips are made a little different. They already got the tip made on them, but they're just like this in a way, but they got a tip made on them, and you just slide that down in there. And it makes the iron a little bit shorter, which is good sometimes. It makes it a little bit shorter. Versus that, which I think the other one's just a little bit shorter than this one. I think it's about right there, but it makes it a little shorter. But that's it. Losing the sponsor was the worst thing. The way I understand, I got the only unit in the United States. So, I don't know. Alright then.